What's up, y'all? Listen, it's King Blake back here. New story, current events, more breaking news. You know what I'm saying? This is the new news. Try to do something a little different around here. Give y'all the news that should be hitting our headlines with a big splash that sometimes don't really get the recognition it deserves. Now, today, the story I got for y'all, I had to take notes. All right? You see my ugly ass handwriting? That's how serious I take this. Right? All right. So, everybody knows yesterday they had a preliminary hearing for the whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing, right? Now, this is a big thing because this has been going on since July 12th, 2020, right? So, things have taken time with COVID and everything like that. Things have been backed up, you know, everything slowed down. So, there's a lot of people who, after a while, they're like, man, if ain't nothing happened in the courts by now, then maybe it's nothing to it. Maybe they should believe Tory because he's been out here proclaiming, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. Megan went live that one time, said he shot me, and that was the end of it for her. So now we fast forward to yesterday, December 13th, they had, preliminary hearing to determine whether or not this is going to trial. And, so it ended up coming out some details from reporters who were in the courtroom during the preliminary hearing that, Tory was clearly intoxicated. They said that before he began firing at her, he said, dance, bitch. And I don't know, if he thought he was in Harlem Nights or what kind of, movie he thought he was living. But that to me also speaks clearly to like, bro was out of his mind. I don't know if he was on that powder or if he was just drinking too much that night. But, that's something that somebody who's not in their right state of mind would even say this to you. You would imagine, right? Like, but either way, they said that's what he said before he ended up firing on her. They had the officer, Detective Ryan Stoger. He was there testifying about, some of the testimony that Megan gave when she eventually cooperated with the police. They found the gun that night. One of the officers reported that when they found it, the gun was still warm to the touch, so they could tell that it had just been fired. The incident happened after they had left a party for Kylie Jenner, which is interesting to me because with this going to trial, I'm curious to see if she's going to be summoned to testify, about what she may have seen or, witnessed. And that speaks to like maybe his level of intoxication and things like that before they left her residence and this incident happened. So, it was confirmed. Rumors have been around for a while now that one of the key attributed things that happened was that Megan's friend slash assistant is what they labeled her, Kelsey Harris. She had been dealing with Tory, or she at least had expressed to Megan that she had feelings for Tory. And then while they were in the car, Tory expressed that, he let it be known that him and Megan was dealing with each other. And that, that incident, that information coming to light at the time kicked off a whole lot of drama between, the three of them, between Tory and Kelsey and Megan. So, Megan did let the detective know that she saw Tory with the gun before he started shooting, and that he fired and she got shot in both her feet. She instantly hit the ground and was crawling into the driveway of one of the nearby neighbors. So that was all, interesting information that came out as well. Of course, we know she got back in the car with him, and then they were shortly pulled over a few blocks away. As I guess maybe they were trying to get her help, and she had said at the time that she got cut by glass. But like I said, a few days later, she began to cooperate. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So now here's where Tory's team, he hires Sean Holly. She's a well-known criminal defense lawyer. I believe I first heard of her when she was like working for like Lindsay Lohan or something. But they're trying to paint a whole nother narrative, right? In a sense, they didn't directly say it from what I was able to gather, but it seems like they're trying to paint Kelsey Harris, Megan's friend, as possibly the person who shot her. They brought up how, when the argument broke out, Kelsey was saying that Megan backdoored her, and this wasn't the first time she had done something like that, and she was really upset about it. And they also pointed out how gunpowder residue was also found on Kelsey's hands, so that may have played, a part into who fired the gun. They didn't say she did it, but the way that they said it was like, oh, did they also bring up the fact that she had gunshot residue found on her hands as well? And then they also mentioned that, I don't know if he didn't know about it because he's Canadian, but there was also a tape, they didn't play it, of Tory admitting on a jailhouse call, apologizing to Kelsey, saying that he was sorry for whatever happened. Now I don't know how they do in Canada, but in America, most people know they're recording those calls at all times. So they said at that point, Tory had an outburst in the courtroom, saying, what am I apologizing for, and trying to, I guess make a little grandstand to say like this don't make no sense type of thing. But if he did apologize to Kelsey on tape, it's not a good look. So, they're going to be back in court again January 13th. And this thing is we starting to unfold and unravel, and we getting a lot more information. So it's going to be interesting to see. We see that, like I said, it's taking some time for all of this to come out. So I've seen celebrities like DaBaby and LeBron, they've kind of been swaying more towards supporting Tory as of late. So we'll see how much people still gonna stand by his side with all of this information coming out, and that's gonna continue to come out because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Me personally, I still don't understand, based on everything that they said just in the preliminary, why he's even taking this to trial. But he was already on probation and things like that, so maybe it's just in his best interest to fight it to the death, because he might end up getting kicked out the country, if not, worse with, prison time. So, like I said, this is the new news. We're going to keep it coming. More information coming. Thanks for tuning in. And stay tuned, man. We got more coming. Out of here.